I just got back from the Ukraine. I'm amazed at all the Ukraine Family of Christ hub Uzerod is doing. $5 million of critical humanitarian and military medical aid in the first 90 days of the war, including 500,000 meals to refugees, 420 tons of humanitarian aid to 70 different cities throughout Ukraine, include Kiev, eastern regions, and military outposts near the front lines. We have served over 20 orphanages, hospitals, and nursing homes in the western regions from the city of Uzerod for a decade. The disabled in Ukraine receive very little government resources. When the war broke out, all of these began requesting more help. Then the word spread and a network grew of orphanage, hospitals, churches, and military outposts throughout the country. Family of Christ have a fleet of 14 trucks and vans that are constantly going out from Uzerod on the western border all over the country and delivering humanitarian aid and critical medical equipment to hospitals, military outposts, orphanages, and churches. They unload, and then the trucks come back with refugee families and children and the elderly to bring them back to the West. 4 million refugees have left Ukraine. 5 million are growing, are displaced inside the country, mainly in the western regions from Kiev and the east. Family of Christ strategically positioned to be a hub for the nation and provide needs for millions of refugees inside the country in the western regions. Uzerod was 120,000 before the war. Half of the people left, and now there are 150,000 refugees in Uzerod alone and hundreds of thousands in the region. Uzerod is right on the western border. They are able to receive from the west and then distribute throughout the country and provide food and medical needs for refugees in the western regions of the country. They have many connections with the military, and they have many needs for safety equipment, body armor, and critical medical aid. They purchase supplies, create field medical packs, and deliver them directly to military outposts. They desire to receive much needed ultrasound machines to military hospitals to treat wounded soldiers with shrapnel wounds. The most impressive part of Ukraine Family of Christ is the actual family of men and women. Over 85 refugees are pretty much full-time volunteers, giving over 50,000 volunteer hours in the first 90 days of the war. 5 million critical humanitarian and medical military aid in the first 90 days of the war, with only $150,000 of donations and finances. With the minimal labor, the Family of Christ provided over 30 times the amount of their cost. I have seen it in action. We have been to the orphanages, the hospitals, the disabled homes, and the warehouse, seen the trucks be sent out. We have seen the miracles amongst it all. We have seen the brothers and sisters that are doing it all. It is actually incredible. We have brothers and sisters from all over Ukraine. Some have their homes are destroyed, some families and children in other countries, but they are here. They love Ukraine. They want to be part of the family helping. Now there is humanitarian aid building up on the border, and many international organizations are not allowed to cross the border. Family of Christ can cross and transport. One of the main needs is their warehouse and transport, new trucks, maintenance, and gas. This allows them to provide aid to the most needy. Refugees and orphans, hospitals, military, medical, and churches that distribute to their communities directly. Finally, Ukraine continues to desperately need aid from the West. They will be the boots on the ground and deliver on their own soldiers and the people in need. But the people for Ukraine is not stuff from the West. The hope for Ukraine is ISIS, is Jesus, Ishis. Give what you can and pray more than you have. Thank you for the many blessings. Ukraine is grateful. You have heard us in our time of need.